Hey, it's Holly. In today's video, we are going all the way back to 1989, and I am showing you the 1989 Polly's Townhouse. This was one of my favorite sets as a kid, and I always love coming back to these original compacts just to remind us where we came from. But this is one that is really near and dear to my heart, so I cannot wait to show you around. Let's get started. Okay, today's video is the 1989 Polly's Townhouse. This set's really special to me, and of course, if you've been following along on my channel over the past year and a half, you know that the Polly Pocket collection I have is not my original childhood collection. I gave all of that away when I was a teenager. I started recollecting back in early 2021. I recollected my childhood collection, but this was one of the sets that I originally received back when I was a young child. So I was excited to get this into my collection again, and I've had it for a while. I just haven't got around to showing it on the channel, but this is probably one of the sets that I played with the most as a child. I really loved it. I think it's a really neat set. So this is from 1989, so this is one of the first Polly Pockets that were made, 1989 being the first year, all the way through 1997 for this particular aesthetic that Mattel was producing alongside Bluebird. These ones, of course, were through Bluebird. So I'm going to open this up. We'll work from top to bottom as we always do, but that's just a little backstory on this particular set. So we'll start up here and then we'll move our way down to the bottom. But this set is effectively, like it says, it's a townhouse, so it's meant to be her city home. I really liked this set as a kid because I feel like it had everything in it. And again, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know I'm very particular about sets that are missing things, particularly bathrooms or toilets, and this one is not. So probably was part of the reason I liked this set so much as a child. So in the top half here, there is, of course, a bathroom with a toilet, a bathtub. There is a vanity. I don't know if that's the right word here. It's more of like an armoire over here off to the side, and a sink on the other side. There is a good use of stickers in this compact to bring in a lot of color because the color palette is fairly muted. Now, I will acknowledge this is a set that has a variant. The other variant is almost very, very similar, slightly different color palette to it, but the case is a bright red color. So both of them are quite bright, definitely not pastel, but the interior is a bit more muted. The second level down here is her bedroom, and I always thought this was a really cool bedroom because it makes use of built-in storage built into the bed, and the fact that her TV is kind of part of the bed I thought was so cool as a kid in the 90s. We all wanted to have TVs in our bedroom. I actually did have a TV in my bedroom, but not until I was about 13. And even then it wasn't hooked up to full cable or anything, just play video games. But this was kind of the dream, right? To have your own phone and your own TV in your bedroom. There's no phone up here, but she doesn't need that because she's got a whole house to herself. But the idea of having that TV and the way it's built into the bed was just really cool to me as a kid. There's also a poster in the background there. It appears to be, I would say, probably something that's supposed to look like a pop star, but really cute bedroom. So then further through the hallway down the stairs here is just an open hallway. There's what I presume is meant to be not art, but a large window looking out to some greenery, curtains, again, good use of stickers. And then over on the left side, there is a side table that has a phone on it. Again, she's got it all. So moving into the bottom portion of the set, we have on the right side a kitchen, and again, I love that the kitchen kind of made use of everything. There's a sink, there's a stove. There's also an eating area, so it's got built-in bench seating. Doesn't look like the best design from a house perspective. It seems like someone were to sit on the end, they'd be trapped there if anyone else sat there with them. But again, this is just me overthinking things. But a very, very cute design. And then over on the left side is a living area. So there's another TV built into here with a photo frame sitting on top. I presume this is meant to be a stereo cabinet, just based on the size and shape of it. And then this is a sectional couch looking over to the television. There's a cup of tea sitting on the coffee table. So really, really cute. Something that I found interesting about this set as a kid is that it has almost like an airlock door. So there's a gate to get into what is probably the courtyard area out front, and then there is the actual front door that takes you into the home, which I found neat because a lot of the sets just have one type of gate or door at the front. This one came with two. I thought it was pretty cute. And I love that they have built windows into the door, so they made a good use of you know, a different shape. So this set came with 3 figures, 1 human and 2 animals. So of course the set comes with Polly, and Polly is wearing a red dress. This one has been colored on. I'm going to have to carefully clean her, but she's wearing a red dress with yellow shoes with a red base, red hairband, but in her typical sort of iconic original Polly Pocket style with the permed hair. The second figure is a dog, so it's a brown dog in a laying down position. It's got sort of more of a tan colored ear and tail markings on it, brown or black nose, black eyes, very cute. That's the second figure. And then the third is a ginger cat. So this one has a round base. Cat is seated. Looks to be more, not black per se, but brown eyes, ears, whiskers, etc. on the cat. So the cat and dog obviously have their own spaces because of the shape. So the cat goes into this space. The dog goes into this space. And then, you know, I've never really thought about this before, but it looks like there's really just one place. Yeah, there's just one spot for Polly to stand in the kitchen here. So of course, over the years, they got better about adding more spaces into the compacts, but that is the set. So I just liked it because it felt like it touched on a lot of things. It was a very complete house. It had pets. I liked that it had a unique sort of door situation going on. And it just really felt like a solid, complete set to me. And I think that's why I really enjoyed it as a kid. A lot of the other homes were homes that were tacked onto other things. So there weren't as many sets that were just meant to be a house. They were typically something else, like a service or a shop of some sort. So that's why I think I really liked this set as a kid. So let me know in the comments, what's your favorite part of the 1989 Polly's Townhouse set? I'll tell you mine in a moment, but that's the compact 1989 Polly's Townhouse. So what's your favorite part of this compact? Let me know in the comments. For me, it's got to be this. I love the doors. A close second would be the television in the bedroom. Just because it was every kid's dream. And especially in the 90s, as technology was developing so rapidly and we were getting like cooler stuff every single year, it felt like we took a leap 10 years into the future. It was the dream, and it very quickly became fairly attainable. I had a hand-me-down television from my Oma in my bedroom. So it was, I think it was just, it had color, but just barely, just barely. Was not a fancy television by any means. It was a very old television, but one that did have color, and it wasn't hooked up to anything, obviously. I don't know if that it could even pick up a signal without an antenna, but I had it to play video games, and it was a thrill of my life. But again, that didn't happen until I was like 13. But that being said, that was the dream. That was always the dream. Did not get a phone in my bedroom, at least not until I was 17 maybe, and at that point you're practically out of the house. So and I had a cell phone, so it wasn't as exciting as having a landline or the hamburger phone or the clear plastic phone that we all wanted back in the 90s. So anyway, not like I was deprived, but we just had lofty goals as kids in the 90s. We just wanted all of the technology right now, which I don't think has really changed for kids these days either, I should say. So that's how I feel about the set. I loved it so much. But again, let me know in the comments what your favorite part of this set was. I do still have so many of these compacts I still have to get through and show you that we haven't gotten to yet. But when I was unpacking these and putting them back on the shelf the other day, I thought, you know what, I've got to bring this one to the channel. So that's why this is the one that we saw today. Of course, I still have lots of work to do on my collection, still have lots of cataloging to do, cleaning to do. So there will be cataloging videos, there will be battery cleaning videos, there will be all sorts of stuff happening. But just needed a calm day today. So that's why we went with this one. So not much else going on here. Again, if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please do that. It helps out the channel so much, helps the algorithm. And also please feel free to like the video and leave a comment. All of that stuff really does help to support the channel. It's free to do, and it makes a difference for the algorithm in YouTube. So I appreciate when you do that. So thank you everyone that consistently does that for me. I really do appreciate that. Also, if you're on social media, please come follow along on social media, trying to be better about that. I know I always say that, but I think I am being slightly better about it right now. Just look up Pocket Vintage Toys. You'll find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. That's the best place to connect with me outside of YouTube. But that's it for me for this week. You can probably tell my voice is a lot better. I am recovered. I am feeling so much better now. My brain fog is a little bit reduced, so a lot less of me just rambling and losing words this week, you probably noticed. So I'm feeling a lot better. But other than that, back to normal. So thank you so much for your well wishes and your kindness over the last few weeks. I really appreciate it. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.